It is an honor to be here with you all today, commencing our ongoing partnership with Canada's Walk of Fame and the official unveiling of Damian Warner's hometown star here in London. Cineplex is a long-standing partner of Canada's Walk of Fame. Together, we have acknowledged and celebrated the countless achievements of our Canadian talent, including extraordinary Canadian athletes. As Canada's largest movie exhibitor with theaters in every province, our partnership with the Hometown Stars program is a natural fit. With a network of over 170 theaters and entertainment venues across the country, we are uniquely positioned to honor Canada's most influential people in the cities they call home. As the country's leading entertainment and media company, we know stars, and I know I'm standing in front of one right now. We commit ourselves to delivering excellence and have passion for inspiring Canadians in everything we do. This is a value we share with this morning's Hometown Star recipient, Damian Warner. Hailing from right here in London, Ontario, Damian is widely regarded as Canada's all-time best decathlete. At the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Japan, he made history by becoming Canada's first Olympic gold medalist in the men's decathlon and the fourth athlete to surpass 9,000 points in the all-time history of the decathlon. Coupled with the incredible win, Mr. Warner holds the men's decathlon record in the 100-meter, 110-meter hurdles. Over the span of his 12-year career, he has won 5 world champion medals, taking home the gold at the Olympic, Commonwealth, and Pan Am Games. In 2021, Mr. Warner was awarded both the Lionel Conical Award for Canada's Best Male Athlete and the Lou Marsh Trophy for Canada's Best Athlete. Mr. Warner continues to inspire and encourage Canadians to try new things and set extraordinary goals, always stressing that you can do anything you set your mind to. I am both inspired and honored to be here on behalf of Cineplex as a part of this special presentation. And now, please join me in welcoming His Worship, Ed Holder, Mayor of London.
Well, thanks very much, Jill. So when I was introduced to some of the folks, she said, "I'm Jill Cineplex," and I thought, that's an odd last name. But I ran with it because I didn't want to offend. By the way, since Cineplex is a great sponsor, here's the good news. When you go up to her and say hello, she'll give you like a lifetime pass for Cineplex. It's actually very nice of her. And Jill, we appreciate that very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so delighted to be here with my friend and London's great citizen, Damian. And I'm here, Damian, on behalf of London City Councillor, our Mayor-elect Josh Morgan. And I have to tell you, Damian, it was really important for me to be here because I'm done in about 12 hours and 30 minutes as my term ends at midnight. But what a great way to end my term as mayor as we honor you. You know, the Canada's Walk of Fame history is so profound in this community and certainly across the country. And it was not that long ago that Jeff Latimer and I hung out in Ilderton and in London as we honored Scott and Tessa on Canada's Walk of Fame. And here we are today honoring Canada's greatest athletes. So, Damian, I'm just delighted. It's truly an honor to be here today with all of you as we recognize and pay tribute to you. You are not only Canada's greatest athlete, you're our great ambassador. And I can tell you, London has the honor to call you our own. As you've done throughout your career, we thank you for once again allowing us to share in your very special moment. From hard work and long hours of training at Montcalm Secondary, you'll remember those days, London's Western Track and Field Club, to Calgary, back to London. And being here is appropriate in this arena because when you finally did your training at an abandoned hockey rink, which was a little cold back then, coldest rink in all of London, by the way, into that makeshift training facility, you endured. And endurance and perseverance. They say that determination and persistence alone are omnipotent. And if there's anyone that reflects that, it's our friend Damian Warner. Here's the other part. You've never forgotten where you've come from. And that is so special. The rest of the country knows you as an Olympic gold medal champion, the greatest athlete in the world. And I was going to say Canada's most decorated, but Damian and I had a chat because you see his partner, Jen Cotton, no small recognized athlete, like profoundly recognized around this country as the most decorated athlete. And I asked Damian because I didn't want to get that wrong. Like, is it you? Is it Jen? Who's the most decorated? And he thought for a second, it's Jen, he thought, you know. But you know, here's what's fun. In London, we're so blessed just to call you Damian. We know you as a community champion, as someone who genuinely cares about those less fortunate, and as someone who gives back to his hometown through charity work and other acts of kindness. You know, I think of your efforts in support of BGC London and Kidsport Canada and other tremendous acts of goodwill, both public and private. Here in London, we celebrate Damian Warner's Heart of Gold even more than his gold medals. Canada's Walk of Fame is a more distinguished destination by way of your inclusion, and London is a stronger community thanks to your participation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so proud on behalf of London City Council today to acknowledge Damian Warner, the great champion and humanitarian that he is. Bravo. And if you thought Damian was special, now you got to imagine who the next guest is, Christine Stapleton. She's pretty special as well, Director of Sport and Recreation for Western, been here for many, many years. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage, Christine.
Well, thank you, Mayor Holder. The last few hours of your tenure as our leader, you're joining us here at Western. I bring greetings on behalf of Western and on behalf of my colleague, Vice Provost Students, Dr. John Dorkson, who has joined us. We're so very honored, Damian, that you and Team Warner have chosen to celebrate this great honor in your home. And this truly is home to Damian and Team Warner. We have been, since Damian came back to London, we've been his home. Western has done a tremendous job of investing in our facilities. This facility you're in now has just recently completed a $2 million renovation, including the new track that you're on. Down at the stadium, a $6 million renovation, including what I've heard is a fast track. And so we're so grateful to Western and to welcome Team Warner. As the mayor alluded to, COVID did not make it easy for us to support Damian and Team Warner as they were preparing for Tokyo. Even though we weren't able to get inside of this space, we were very quick to support Damian and his team as they set up their makeshift training center at a very cold rink, Farquhar Arena, a little colder than here. We were very quick to act and to support the Team Warner. And when we were allowed to, we welcomed you back on campus. And some of the facility guys who set up for today felt quite proud of your pole vault record at Tokyo because we set up the backfields here at Western into a makeshift pole vault training center, if you can believe it. And we're so supportive of Damian as he prepared for Tokyo. The impact that Damian has as a leader, and Team Warner, I know that coaches are here, it's incredible for our campus. Having Damian, it is home. He warms up and runs on this track alongside, there's a number of our track and field members today, and they just know him as Damian. And the coaches, the connection that we have, Coach Vicky Crawley is on your staff and helping you prepare for your upcoming events. We embrace that and we make it a part of our experience as well. So we're very grateful to have that for our student athletes and our coaching staff. And one last point, Mayor alluded to the Warner family. It is family. His partner Jen was recently recognized in our Western Mustang Hall of Fame and our track and field Wall of Honor. So it runs deep. Theo is here, Jen is here. When we bring Damian and his team, it is more than just family, and we look forward to continuing our relationship as your supporter, as your primary training ground, and Western is so very proud to have you recognized in our space, and wish you continued success with your training as you work towards Paris. So thank you. Oh, and I have to introduce my mistake. I get the great pleasure of introducing a great community supporter, sponsor, our team Scotiabank, Victor Zaman from Team Scotia.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Christine, for the introduction. I have to say I was a little bit worried when Mayor Holder was giving away Cineplex passes, what the banker was going to be on the hook for. So we passed that. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Scotiabank is proud to support Canada's Walk of Fame, an organization that shines light on the inspiring lives of Canadians. Celebrating and investing in the communities where we live and work has been a central mission of Scotiabank now for over 190 years. Empowering communities is something we're deeply passionate about, whether that be through arts, sports, or education, to name of a few of our key focus areas at Scotiabank. And that is why Scotiabank is thrilled to support Canada's Walk of Fame and their Hometown Stars events. Not only are we celebrating the inductees, whose actions and stories have had a profound impact on the whole country, but we are celebrating them in the communities they have come from, around the people that they've grown up with, and who have supported them on their journey to success. And we're very proud to have supported and worked with Damian for a number of years. I'm deeply honored to be here today on behalf of the bank to celebrate Damian and his incredible achievements right here in London. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm now going to pass things over to Jeffrey Latimer, CEO of Canada's Walk of Fame. Jeffrey.
Good morning. It's so great to be here and to be at Western. I didn't go here, but I spent a lot of time hanging out here, partying here, and I wasn't a good athlete. It's a beautiful hometown star unveiling, and so thrilled that Scotiabank and Cineplex have partnered with us. And thank you, Victor, for the introduction. You know, Scotiabank's commitment to community is quite amazing, and your new role here is really impactful as a partner. You care a lot. Scotiabank cares a lot about building stronger communities, and we're grateful to you for that support. And thank you to Lynn from Cineplex. I already got a pass, actually, so thank you for that. You've become a very important partner as well. Canada's Walk of Fame tells stories on the Cineplex screens, and Cineplex is helping us tell more national stories about our Hometown Stars program, and it's very important to our growth. And thank you, Laura Nielsen. Beautiful anthem. Oh my goodness, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. So great to be here. And my friend Ed, the mayor, his last day, he's with us today, and I'm so thrilled. We've had so many incredible times together with Junos. Your passion is infectious. You've served this community with class, and you will be missed. Many memories, as you mentioned earlier. And on your last day of office, we celebrate you, and we look forward to your next big adventure. So take tomorrow off, and then I think you should start on Thursday. It's so special to be here in London and for this very important star unveiling for the amazing Damian Warner. You've heard many great things about Damian's extraordinary career to date, and this morning, his inspiring story and his remarkable success. We inducted Damian last year into Canada's Walk of Fame, and we've come here to London to learn more about his journey and share the honor with family, friends, his team, and all of you supporters and fans that have been on the journey with him. There is a huge missing today, and that is a very special agent, manager, friend in Jeffrey Fisher. Jeffrey had a very brief cancer journey that ended sadly this fall. While I only met Jeffrey a few times, we loved his passion, his energy, and his commitment to Damian. I know Damian and the community mourn his loss. Last year, while we were in the thick of COVID restrictions, we went to Jeffrey's home to capture some beautiful memories of Damian for our TV show, magical stories and pictures with Damian and his team, including Gar, his lifelong coach, and Robin is here with us today. We learned a lot more about Damian, not just about his journey, but also his caring, gentle, and considerate, compassionate person that he is. He cares so much more about the world around him, and it's been a privilege and an honor for all of us to get to know him. We're here today in Damian's hometown to honor the hard work, the commitment with the community that inspired him on his journey to achievement. And by bringing our incredible inductees back to their hometowns, we're not only honoring them, but we're also honoring those that were part of their walk to fame, their journey, their highs, their lows, the struggles, and of course, their successes. And by being in the hometowns of our inductees, we're truly honoring all of Canada, and not just a one-night event in Toronto, as it was for many years. We have transformed Canada's Walk of Fame to mean more to more people more often, and we are now the country's most preeminent platform that celebrates great Canadian achievement. We've been to so many hometowns so far: David Suzuki, Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and Jimmy Pattison in Vancouver. On the East Coast, Viola Desmond, Stompin' Tom Connors, and Chris Hadfield in Sarnia, Andy Kim in Montreal, Bruce Coburn in Ottawa, Jim Treliving in Verdun, Manitoba, Cindy Klassen in Winnipeg, Bret Hart in Calgary, and Graham Greene in Stratford recently, and we're here today in London. Our hometown visits also include a placement of a plaque, which will live in London at a location of Damian's choice for generations to see. Please watch Damian's 2021 induction.
Like many Canadians, I was glued to the TV during the 2 days of Damian Warner's competition this summer at the Tokyo Olympic Games. His gold medal win in the decathlon is Canada's first in the sport, and he smashed Canadian and Olympic records with his final point total by 125 points.
Olympic gold, Olympic record breaker, Canada's Athlete of the Year, and a new baby, 9-month-old Theo. Few Canadians can run away with a bigger 2021 than 32-year-old decathlete Damian Warner.
Tom Brady up his one shot put 146.
Now back to training at Western University, the pride of London, Ontario shows fierce willpower, fuel that propels Damian as he chases title after title, record after record.
He is and continues to be a determined, humble, and classy Canadian. Growing up in London, Ontario with a single mom, he didn't play competitive sports. But in high school, his English teacher, Gar Lation, and phys ed teacher, Dennis Nielsen, saw something in him and began nurturing his athletic side. To this day, they're still his coaches. It was pretty cool to learn that Damian was partly inspired to win the gold medal by seeing the Olympic success Donovan Bailey and I had. And I know he's inspiring a younger generation to try something new and set big goals. I am so inspired to be here today to help induct him to Canada's Walk of Fame.
It's a couple years ago. Wow. Thank you so much. So now it's my turn to talk? Okay. When I first heard, I felt very undeserving. And then when I heard the list of the inductees for this current year that would be inducted with, that feeling increased even more so. I grew up watching and listening and learning about so many of these great Canadians, and it's very humbling to be a part of that group in any capacity. And I just want to say thank you to Katrina for the incredibly kind words. I can't put into words necessarily about how much she meant throughout my whole career. I remember sitting on my couch, watching the Olympics with my mom and seeing her win her gold medals. And I turned to my mom and said that I want to do that one day. And my mom told me that you can do anything you set your mind to. And those goals started, and those dreams started with Katrina LeMaidon and Donovan Bailey. And here we are now. So I'm really grateful and really thankful that she was such a great example for me and so many other Canadians. Thank you to my family, my coaches, and thank you so much for the committee and everybody that played a role in selecting me for this incredible honor, and the community here in London, Ontario. This past year wasn't necessarily easy, but I had so many great people behind me that made this award and the achievements that I've had throughout my career a possibility. I can't necessarily put into words how much it means, but I know that when my son grows up and we're able to go and point out my star, I know it's going to mean a lot to me and a lot to our family. And I just thank you so much for this honor. I'm going to do whatever I can to lead by example for other Canadians, just like the rest of the members have done. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. This means a lot to me, and I appreciate it.
It was interesting doing these inductions in people's homes and not on a big stage, but it worked beautifully and it was passionate and real, and that was great. So ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, please welcome the one and only, the world's greatest athlete, the very talented, very kind, and very inspiring, Damian Warner.
I kind of gave away my whole speech already. I didn't know they were going to play that, so here goes nothing. Thank you, Laura, for coming out today. When they asked if we knew anybody that could sing the national anthem, we immediately thought of you, and I'm more grateful now than ever because I heard Ed Holder singing the national anthem when you were singing, and thank you for being here. It was not pretty. Thank you to everybody for coming out today. It's really nice to see so many familiar faces and so many people that have impacted my journey up until this point. It means a lot. I remember when we came back from the Olympics in 2020 or 2021, there was all sorts of opportunities. And Gar and I went over to Jeff's house, and obviously Jeffrey pointed out that we lost a really important member of our team, Jeffrey Fisher, and we went over to his house and he presented us some opportunities that might be on our horizon. So the typical things like going to schools and speaking, going to golf tournaments, things like that. And then he suggested some crazier opportunities that might come up. One of them was like flying over to Tokyo to do some like Ninja Warrior thing. We didn't do that. And another one was this event here. He told me that they want to give me a star on Canada's Walk of Fame. And Jeff would always announce things but laugh. And he was laughing when he suggested it, so I thought he was joking around. I thought it was a joke too. And I thought it was a joke because I felt undeserving, like I was saying in the video. I didn't necessarily feel like the accomplishments that I had would put myself up on the list of some of the other Canadians that he mentioned. And when I saw the list of the other people being inducted in the same class as me, that just increased even more. Because two of the people that were on that list, Bret the Hitman Hart was one of them. And when I was growing up, I was a big wrestling fan, right? So me and my cousins would always play around with these little action figures with a little fake wrestling mat. And we had Hulk Hogan and Bret the Hitman Hart, you know? And it didn't seem real that I could be inducted at the same time as one of those guys. Another person, Keanu Reeves. What kid didn't grow up doing The Matrix, you know? So to be inducted amongst those two people was really crazy to me, and but nevertheless, it's an incredible honor. Being at events like this is really weird, if I'm being completely honest. Sitting down there and hearing everybody talk about you is not necessarily my favorite thing, but we're here today. I'm incredibly honored, but I'm also faced with a task that's almost impossible. Because so many people in this room have contributed in one way or another, one shape or form, to allow me to go to the Olympics and to do what I do, or to be even in this position where I'm standing up here speaking in front of you. And there's no possible way that I could name off every single person in this room or every single person that's helped me up to this point. So if I don't call your name or I'm not able to give you thanks here, please don't take offense to it. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible because I don't want to be up here speaking all day, and I'm sure you guys don't want to listen to me speak all day either. Thank you to the Canada Walk of Fame for thinking about me for this award, and this is an incredible honor, and to be able to see that and to show my son, I think that's going to be really, really cool. So thank you guys for thinking of me for this award. Thank you to the City of London for playing a huge part of my life. You know, the saying that it takes a village it's completely accurate in my case. But in this case, it takes a city. and this is City of London, Ontario, and they've been behind me every step of the way and supported me every single way, and I couldn't be more appreciative. London Western Track and Field Club and UWO staff, this is where I train. This is where we come every day to try to be the best that we can, and it couldn't be possible without those people that played extreme roles at different points in my life. Athletics Canada, B210, Lululemon and Sobeys, some of my sponsors and people that allow me to do what I do as an athlete full-time. JF Menard, who's my sports psychologist, who helped me prepare mentally for the battles that I was going to have to face at the Olympics, where you face with things that you don't necessarily think you're going to be able to achieve, and he's helped me come up with strategies to get over that so I can be the best athlete that I can be. Tyler Doig and Maria Mountain, I've been training with them for the last 10 to 12 years, downtown at Revolution Sports and Conditioning, trying to be the best athlete that I can be and being strong as I can be. Dave Zalipka, I think he's a man of many hats, but I think his title is a physiotherapist, but he's also like a psychologist. He's a sounding board. He's a good friend. He's someone that when I find myself stuck, he's someone that I can bounce ideas off of. He's someone that can question me and point out things when I feel like I'm going down the wrong path. So I think it's really important to have friends like that. So thank you, Dave. And then it gets to my coaches. Gar, Dennis, Vicky, and Dave. They've been with me since I was in high school. They've been with me every step of the way. They're extremely important members of my team, but at this point, they're extremely important people of my family. I wouldn't be where I am without them and all the sacrifices and hard work that they have given up. I don't necessarily think people can truly understand the amount of sacrifice that coaches and teachers have to make to give to an athlete. Not only them, but their families as well. They take a lot of time away from their families to come to the track to coach us athletes, and I think it's really important to give thanks to that whenever we can. And just from the bottom of my heart, I want you guys to know that all the sacrifices and everything that you guys have given to me over the years, I truly, truly appreciate it. And Gar and Dennis were also my English teachers. I'm not a very good English student, so I skipped past a name here that I think is really, really important to point out, and that's Barb and Vito Fergia. They are incredible members of our team. When we're faced with tough circumstances that we think that we can't necessarily get over, every single time they've been there to help us out. They refuse to let us fail. They're always in our corner. They're some of our biggest fans, biggest supporters, and crucial members of our team. So thank you guys so much for everything that you do. None of this would be possible without you. And as you guys can see from this list that I'm going over, I have incredible people on my team. And I think that's really important because something that Gar and I always talk about is that it takes a team to achieve a dream. And we have some of the best people in the world, and we have the best team in the world. And this leads me to my family. I've been very fortunate to have an incredible family, some of which are here today, so aunts and uncles, and my brother's here. My sister's always on call, so she's not here, but I've been very fortunate to be raised around them. They're incredible people with incredible hearts, and I feel like that rubs off on me so that I could be the best athlete and the best person that I can be. So thank you guys for being those role models in my life. Which leads me to probably the most important person in my life, the person that's made most of this, if not all of it, a success, and that's my mom, Brenda. As Katrina was saying in the video, when I was young, my mom gave me the most important words that I've ever received, and that's you can do anything you set your mind to. And that's what I've tried to run my life by. But at the same time, I understand that things just don't happen. You have to surround yourself by the right people. My mom taught me that. But at the same time, I realized the sacrifices and the hard work that she did over the years to allow me to do what I do. And having a kid myself, I know that being a parent is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world, and being a mom is probably the hardest job in the world. And she did that to an incredible level. I'm extremely grateful to have you as my mom. I'm so thankful for all the sacrifices and everything that you've done for me, Christy and Chaz. It makes me really proud and really happy that I was able to have a role model like you in my life, so that now being a parent, I can lead by example and teach my son some of the same lessons that my mom taught me. And I just feel very grateful to have a role model like that and someone that has kind of been that guiding light throughout my life. I think that's really important. And last but not least, they're not able to be here today. They're in Ottawa visiting family, but Jen and my little guy Theo. Jen's somebody who doesn't get the credit that she deserves. Being a mom as well, all the hard work that she does, but being an athlete, I travel all the time. I go away to competitions. I went away to Tokyo for almost a month, and then during that time, Theo was like 4 months old, and you can imagine how hard it would be to navigate through that all by yourself. So I can't do what I do without what she does. She's been an incredible person in my life, and someone who, like Dave and Gar and Vicky, they've overstepped their roles of what should be, you know? She's my partner, but she's been a sounding board for me. She's been a friend. She's been there when I've had questions or doubts. She's been a training partner at times, you know? And I'm very lucky, and me and Theo are very lucky to have her in our lives. And I'm just very grateful to have the people that I have, my family, an incredible son who's healthy and happy. And I just can't wait to watch him grow and be able to tell him one day that you can do anything you set your mind to, and see what kind of crazy goals and dreams that he sets for himself. And then Jen and I will do whatever we can to help him out so that he can realize his wildest dreams. So I feel like very grateful, very happy to be here, very thankful that all you guys have came out here today. Thank you so much.
Amazing how it really does take a village, and so many of you are part of that. Over the past 24 years, Canada's Walk of Fame has had over 200 induction, and Damian is now part of this small and important group. These inductees are our teachers, our role models, our mentors, and our heroes. And I love that line, it takes a team to achieve a dream. That's great. That'll be in my new speeches. Damian's success is not only inspiration to athletes and future Olympians. He's a role model for all of us to thrive, to be the best that we can be, anything that we want to do. And his commitment to important causes, charity, and community is very special. One of the important initiatives of Canada's Walk of Fame over the past few years is our focus on how our inductees are using their platform to do good. We've learned a lot about what's important to them, and now we want to tell the world. So today, on behalf of Damian, Canada's Walk of Fame is thrilled to donate $5,000 to each of Boys and Girls Clubs of London and to Kidsport Canada. So please welcome Chris Harvey, CEO of Boys and Girls Club London. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me here today. Thanks for the invitation. I'm grateful for the chance to speak at an event that honors a man who's instilled so much pride in our city, Damian. Damian, your passion, your commitment, your perseverance have set a fine example for all of us, particularly young people across the country, across the community, and certainly at the Boys and Girls Club of London. We're so proud of you. Almost every day I drive through Old South and I drive by Farquharson Arena. And I know the arena well. It's a very cold arena. My kids played hockey there. I played some pickup hockey there. And I think about how that cold, old, drafty barn was used by you during the trying conditions of the pandemic to help train and shape an Olympic champion. Congratulations. Your can-do attitude, that ability to handle and conquer any obstacles that were put in your way, has been a lesson for all of us and an inspiration. I know you had a whole city, a whole country cheering for you, and so you know we're going to keep on cheering for you. Your attitude and example is what we try to instill in young people who join the Boys and Girls Club of London. We strive to encourage children and youth to reach the stars and, like you said, go after their dreams, whether it be in sports, recreation, or education. I'm proud and honored to thank you for your donation support of the Boys and Girls Club of London. Our families, and particularly our young people, are so grateful. Congratulations on this much-deserved honor. London is so proud of you.
Thank you, Chris. And now please welcome Bill Smith, Executive Director of London Sport Council Kids Sport Canada. Welcome. Thank you.
Around the world, Damian is known as the Olympic gold medalist, a world championship medalist, a Commonwealth Games champion, and a Pan Am Games champion. But in London, Damian is also known and recognized in a totally different way. Because of his generosity and belief in the kids sport program, many children in London will have the opportunity to experience the delight and sense of accomplishment that playing sport provides. Kids in our hometown will learn life skills through sport, like teamwork, commitment, confidence, sharing, and the sheer joy of playing with your friends and the possibility of winning a championship. Kids Sport in London started in 2004. Since then, we have given grants to 2,000 plus children, providing over $454,000 in funding to needy families. Thank you, Damian, for your belief in our Kids Sport program and your dedication to sport. Thank you for being a role model and a person that kids can look up to. Thank you for bringing the spotlight to London and for being our hometown star. On behalf of the London Sports Council, Kids Sport London, and the many kids and families that this money will help, we'd like to say thank you again and congratulations on your accomplishments and the incredible honor of being inducted into Canada's Walk of Fame. Well done.
Thank you. I want to thank my team who have been working so hard on this project as well as everything else we do. Jody and Griffin in my office, you continue to inspire me, and I'm grateful to you. To Amanda, our event planner, and to the fabulous publicist, Adrian, thank you for everything you do. It is wonderful to have you all here with me today. And to the team here at Western University, thank you. Been amazing right from the start. Christine Stapleton and Alexa. I love that her name's Alexa. You can ask her to do stuff, and she does it. It's really cool. Anyway, thank you, Alexa. It's an honor to be able to travel this country and celebrate great Canadians in communities where they begin their journey. And today has been very special indeed. We're looking forward to adding more great Canadian achievers to our list of inductees this December at the Canada's Walk of Fame Awards Gala in Toronto. So thank you all for being here today, and